Gabby Barrett with Dance Like No One Is Watching. She wasn't lying when she said that we needed to get the tissues out on that one. Okay, is anyone else as surprised as I am that this is her debut? I could have sworn that she had played on the Opry before, and if you had asked me, I probably would have said yes, but I would have been dead wrong. She has not played on the Opry before. It's so cool that we are getting to witness this moment together. See Gabby Barrett in her Opry debut. It's funny for me because I think part of that is that I have this memory of when she won her award for New Female Artist back in 2021 at the ACMs. We had part of the presentation on the Grand Ole Opry at the Ryman for any of y'all that were watching that episode. But she didn't perform that night, so it wasn't her debut. All right, so Dance Like No One Is Watching. That song, what a story it has about how that song was written and how it came to be that it got to Gabby. So she released that from her recent album, Chapter and Verse. And this is a song that Mr. Luke Combs wrote. So Luke, he had the original idea for this song. He had that title and he said he had this pull to write a song about the bittersweet beauty of watching a baby girl grow up and all of the emotions that come along with it. But the thing was, at the time, Luke didn't have any kiddos. So he felt like he needed to call on some of his buddies to get a little help to bring this idea to life. You can imagine what those feelings would be like, but he hadn't experienced them yet. So he called James McNair and Emily Wise Band. And by the time they got together to write the song, Luke had found out with his wife that they were expecting. So that pull was getting a little more intense to write this song. So they get together, they start writing, and they're in the middle of writing that chorus, and they think that the focus of the song is all about the ultimate wedding song, the daddy-daughter dance at the wedding. And as they're writing the chorus, Emily goes, y'all, this is not the whole song. This is the pinnacle of the song, but we have a lot more story to tell. We've got to talk about everything leading up to this point. And they were like, oh my goodness, you're right. So they wrote that chorus, and then they worked backwards and wrote it the other way. And I love when songwriting happens that way. It's one of those things where you think you know how the song's supposed to go, and then for some reason the song tells you something different, and you realize that your vision isn't the only one and there's so much more to talk about. And so once he wrote the song, he thought about cutting it himself, but then he knew that Gabby had an 18-month-old baby girl and sent her the song, and she loved it and wanted to cut it. How cool is that? All right, well, we've got a lot more Gabby Barrett to get to right now, so I'm going to turn it back over to her on stage.